Sups up flappers, welcome to another video. And if you click on this video, chances are you are here to find out what is the best Kazuha teams. Now, I've always seen in the comment section sometimes you guys meme and be like, me watching this video even though I don't have Kazuha, and then you say interesting or something like that. I love those comments, so if that's you, keep them coming. But there's something special about this video, and that is I'm doing a Kazuha giveaway. Yes, I'm going to guarantee one of you free-to-play players a Kazuha. And how this will be done is I'll give you instructions later on in this video on how to enter, and the winners will be pulled live on stream this Friday for my CN patch 1.7 special program translation live stream. Okay, I'll be translating the CN live stream for you guys, so if you guys are interested in that, do subscribe and tune in, and subscribe anyways because you have to be subscribed to win. If you're just here for Kazuha teams and see how he slaps ass cheeks, don't worry, we're gonna get right into that. Okay, so do keep an eye out for the giveaway instructions later on in the video. So with that said, let's jump into the first Kazuha team. Now, the first team I want to talk about is essentially a variation of the national team. If you guys don't know what the national team is, leave a comment below if you really want me to make a video about it. I think there's a lot of videos already out there talking about it. It's insane. It's probably the best 4-star team around. Well, now that's why I call this a variation of it. All right, so essentially here we're replacing someone like Sucrose with Kazuha, and the goal is to funnel everything on to Xiangling. So Xiangling is going to be our premier carry, although it still functions kind of like a quick swap team because all these characters have decently low cooldowns, with the exception being Xingqiu, but I am running Sack Sword on Xingqiu, which essentially can turn him into a low cooldown viable quick swap team member. The idea of this team is using Bennett ult to set up for the fight, then using Kazuha to swirl the pyro and activate his burst skill to have pyro infusion, then go into Xingqiu's burst, and finally we use Xiangling's Pyronado. Now do know that Xiangling's Pyronado will not last for the entire duration of Bennett's ult because of all the setup we have to do, but she can take great advantage of both Xingqiu's Hydro application as well as Kazuha's 4-piece Viridescent Shred, which gives her a ton of damage, as you will see on screen. Now this team, personally, I would say is the most free-to-play friendly. All of these characters, with the exception of Kazuha, are free to play friendly at this point, okay? If you still don't have Bennett, I'm sorry, you must be new to the game or you're just really stubborn. If you still don't have Xingqiu, same reason. If you don't have Xiangling, you must be really new, okay? Or you might be misinformed as to how strong she is, because everybody gets one for free and she's really, really good. Even at Constellation 0, this team can work. Now moving on to Team 2. We have one of my favorite teams, if not my favorite team to play Kazuha, because it's just so fun, okay? It's the Perma Freeze team. We have Kazuha main DPS, Xingqiu support DPS, Diona healer, and Ganyu support. Now, if you don't have Ganyu, don't worry, don't immediately start panicking, because without Ganyu, if you do have somebody like Rosaria, this could also work. Where is she? There you go. If you have Rosaria, this team can still work. It's all about that consistent cryo application. And with that being said, somebody like Chongyun just doesn't work as well. And of course, our boy Kaya works here as well. Super strong with the cryo application and consistent for quick swapping teams. Now this team is not gonna be beating the national variation team that I mentioned previously. However, this team can make sure that somebody at lower AR level or struggling with certain content can get through it without ever needing to even break a sweat, because why would you need to break a sweat when all your opponents aren't moving? So that's essentially what this team is all about. Now, if you're feeling a little feisty and if you're feeling a little more aggressive, you could instead take out Xingqiu and put in our girl Xiangling, and now you have an insane melt team. Concept is going to be the same, but this time, if you have somebody like a Ganyu or if you have somebody like Kaya, you can choose to infuse either Pyro or Cryo, because both will net you great results. If you infuse Cryo, Ganyu and Kaya's ult are gonna slap, with Xiangling still doing great melt damage. And especially if you have Ganyu, here in the support position. Essentially, her ult will never stop raining down, making it both good and bad for you because then it's very difficult to control essentially which element you're going to infuse. But the good thing about this is it really doesn't matter at this point because your opponents just die so fast. It's never going to matter which one you infuse first. Currently, I don't think there's any character in the game or groups of mobs that can actually withstand this combo. Extremely deadly. Do give this one a try. Now, the third team, we have Electro Charge. Now, yes, this team is also a variation of a previous team, which is commonly ran with Venti. But now we have Kazuha, and man, does this work. I feel like it works even better. The idea of this team is really just non-stop quick swap, especially with Beto's counter, because if you've noticed, some of these teams don't have shielders, and for somebody who has been playing with shielders for a long time, it can be a little weird. However, Beto deals with this really well, and while you have Beto on this team, you bring Bennett, you amplify the damage of this team greatly. So again, on screen, you're going to be seeing how this team kind of plays. Essentially, it's all about layering down Bennett's burst skill to amplify damage. Depending on what types of enemy you are going to be fighting can also matter as to which element you swirl. Let's say if you're fighting a group of mobs, probably best to swirl Electro or Hydro and then apply Electro or Hydro to get Electro charged to clear up the mobs as fast as possible, just for that chain lightning to really shred down the mobs. If you're fighting a boss or a tougher opponent, you can definitely go with a reverse vaporized combo, especially with Child. He does great damage with reverse vape. Although the frequency of the procs are not as high, you can still get great damage output, essentially making this team quite flexible in dealing with all sorts of combat issues. Finally, we have the Electro team. How can we forget? This team essentially forgoes all defensive capabilities with even removing damage mitigation characters such as Xingqiu. But we do have Bennett, so we really aren't ever in danger of dying. Now, this essentially could be an overload team or just an Electro shred team with Fischl and Kaching Electro Resonance ult spamming. Alright, Kazuha can choose to swirl again Pyro and then have Overload depending on who you're fighting, or you can just swirl Electro and have Bennett be a pure support, layering down his ultimate to buff up these two carries. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you this is the best team out there. It's definitely a strong team, a strong contender for people who do enjoy playing Electro, especially with potential Electro update. This team will only get stronger. Currently already, this team does insane damage, especially with Kaching here being so consistent with the Electro as well as Fischl can net you the best result from Kazuha's Viridescent Shred. Overall, I would say this is more of a preferential team and not a must play. So do give this a try, see if this is for you. And here is how you can enter the giveaway. There are 3 things you must do, and you must fulfill one very important criteria. Alright, that criteria is that you cannot have purchased these 2 packs. So for American users, it's going to be the $50, $100. This is Canadian, so it's $69 and $139.99. You cannot have purchased these 2 packs because I do want to make sure that the person who do end up winning is going to be a free-to-play player or a semi-free-to-play player. I'm not going to make it so strict that you can't even have a welcome moon. So even if you purchase these packs, I'm okay with it. But if you are financially capable enough to drop $50 plus on this game, likely you really don't need my help. So this is going to be really going out to help the people who can't afford to do that. And of course, you cannot have a Kazuha. So this is not a giveaway for Kazuha constellations. It's just for people who don't have Kazuhas. Now, number 1, you have to be subscribed to my YouTube channel. Number 2, you have to join my Discord, because Discord is where I give away all the information and updates to the giveaway. I don't like it when people win and then they don't show up and then they're not in my Discord and I can't even contact them. So have to be a part of my Discord. And number 3, comment below why you want Kazuha. Although this comment is not going to influence your chances of winning because it'll be drawn via a YouTube random comment picker. But really, I'm just curious, so when you do win, I can read it out loud and see like, okay, so this is why he wants Kazuha. Sure, here's a Kazuha. Okay, so that's going to be it. Follow these 3 rules and apply. Simple. Finally, I do want to once again stress that if you are not present during the live stream, you cannot win the Kazuha. And the live stream is going to be this Friday. I will be posting it here on YouTube. I'll be scheduling it a day or 2 days in advance. So be on the lookout for that. All right, that's gonna be the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and comment below if you have more teams that you like to try or different variations of teams, because Kazuha, let me tell you, can essentially fit with almost every single character and still be a top performer. Thank you for watching once again. Stay safe and peace.